Oh, hope everyone had a fabulous, fabulous day. Today is Wednesday. I had to go look at my calendar right now. Today is Wednesday. I'm gonna go down there like this because I'm sitting in a different spot. Look, go down there like that. Looks like my boobs are coming out. Or maybe that'll be maybe it's gonna be a whole different video, that's for sure. But that one, then I might make some money. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. Um, wow, what to cover? There's a lot to cover. Um, well, we have the moon squaring the sun in Capricorn with Pluto and Mars there. And this is sort of the last time we're going to have that moon square the sun with Pluto and Mars there in our lifetime. And I know this week has been an extremely intense week. We're only on the 3rd of January. I told people, well, uh, the ones who joined me knows that this is going to be an intense year, but we're starting off the year with a quite a bang, from earthquakes to, I guess they called it a terrorist attack in the States, and a few other shenanigans that have been going on in the world, out there. So that's been causing a little bit of chaotic haywire with everything else. And I've had a few emails of people like, What's going on? What's going on?" Well, we do have the moon, with that square, but we also have that Mars and Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Mars and Pluto are the rulers of Scorpio, and nothing's in Scorpio right now yet, but the moon is on its way there, as we are heading towards a new moon. And it is chaotic. It is chaotic, and it can be extremely disruptive. So if you're having a wee bit of a bumpy week and you're finding that you're misplacing things are going out of hand, you're like, I thought Mercury went forward. Well, yeah, it did, but still in Sag and still, in its shadow. It still feels kind of, crazy where you put something down, you think you put it down there, but you left it somewhere else, and then you have to go looking somewhere else for whatever it is that you just put down, and then you finally find it, and you're just like, what? That's not even where I thought I put it. Kind of like my day today. It's just where had to go to the doctors, took Steve to the doctors. Everything's great, everything's good. Um and from there it went from somebody, I had to go get somebody something else and somebody something else, and it was just like I just had a jolly jaunt. That's what I got. A jolly jaunt around the city, on doing things. And then yesterday was trying to get people's readings done. It just was not working. Nothing would upload, or they couldn't upload any of their videos. They couldn't get the information, or use WeTransfer to compress my files. And one person just couldn't download it or wasn't getting it, or so I tried another way, and it took them like 30 minutes for this to download. So I tried to compress it in a different way, to for the file. So finally, I just, with all the notes that I compiled for her reading, for her astrological new 2024 reading, I just wrote them all out and I just sent them to her. Um, and that's, the best I could do. But that's the way it is this week. It's a little bit crazy, and it's a little bit jaunty all over the place, and you feel like you're dancing in circles, just dancing in circles, right? So it's just, yeah, a wee bit out of sorts this week. Um but it'll slowly come together. I wrote another um I wrote a blog the other day about fear, and the fear of a lot of things that are coming to me. And then yesterday I wrote one on the anxiety and just the different having to really a lot that's coming up of having to face, and within my own life. And I feel like this year is it's going to be a year of healing. Like when I say shadow work, I mean going into deep shadow work, and that's for myself. Um, so I know this is a year of really of revelations, a year of ex- huge awakenings and hurdles of things to overcome. And it is where uh had one person, she said, "Well, you're a Scorpio, you guys get through everything." And I'm like, yeah, it's that process of getting through everything, and then having to, you could get through everything, and you could do, you could do the work, you can do it, right? But it's really taking the time of the processing of it all, and what that means to you, like the processing of it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, yeah, I could get, when we had to move, and I was, working, and then after I finished work, I would pile the car up with boxes, come here to the house, unload all of those boxes, then go back, get a bunch more boxes, and because I really didn't have anybody to help me at that time, and um Steve wasn't able to lift more than 10 pounds. So it was you just get through it, right? You just do it. You just do the work no matter what. You just do it. And but you don't realize when you have to stop and take a breath, when you have to stop and just to breathe and know that it's okay. You don't have to rush through everything and get through everything and push through everything. And this is where this energy is really coming in very strong. Like if you're pushing against this shit, it's gonna knock you flat on your fucking ass. It really is. You think you're sailing fine, everything's going great. This is just where it's like, you know what? You gotta take a little bit and then breathe. Take a little bit and then breathe. Take a little step and then breathe. This Saturday, I'm really looking forward to Saturday evening of just, doing some releasing of 2023. What is that of what, of letting go and destuckifying yourself, right? And emerging yourself into the flow. What is that emergence of the flow that you want to step into? What does that feel like? What does it taste like? What color is it? Right? These are things of part of the healing part and part of the releasing of a lot of anxiety. At least for me, it is. And then we start the meditations on Monday or on Sunday, not Monday. So meditations start on Sunday, and with the meditations, it's coming into, different words and looking at these different words and recognizing what they mean to us, recognizing all the different things and different parts of who we are as we are going to be stepping into a new formation of a world, and it's coming down hard and fast. Uh, Pluto's at the very end of Capricorn, and everything's looking at Pluto. I mean, in the helio, we have, it's not only the sun looking at Pluto, but we have Mercury and Venus and the Earth all looking. Everything's all looking at Pluto, because it's kind of like it's not its last hurrah, but there is some craziness of disruptions that are coming up. Um, and that's going to be seen, and this is part of it. And then all of a sudden on the 20th, 21st, depending where you are in the world, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and it's like, oh, and that air feeling is different. um Air is there is some movement, but it's Aquarius, so there's a uniqueness to it, a like not compartments, but almost like compartments. But there's this part where it's air that is connected to the ether, and connected to the beyond. And yes, air, ether, yes, but this is like where Geminis are moving and it's this movement all over the place. And Libra is this motion of relationships and connections and balance and wanting to bring that forth and wanting to weigh everything out and talk about all the different options and things. And then you have Aquarius. It's like, I don't need to talk about it. I know it. I'm going to move with this, and I'm moving in this direction. And why are you moving in that direction? And it's like they don't even answer you, they just move. It's into that direction. It's like, I remember my daughter when she was little, she's a little Aquarius sun, and, if I basically it's almost like I had to have a rope around her, but all of a sudden she's gone, and I'm just like, "Holy shit, where'd she go?" And I'm looking all over the and she's like, "Well, why are you worrying, mom? I'm just right here. I know where I am." Well, I didn't. I'm glad you did, but that's the Aquarius. It's like, I know where I am. I know. And it's embracing that knowingness within inside of you. And sometimes it's very difficult because we are very good at second guessing ourselves, right? And what it is that we need to know. So this is really coming into a newness, an understanding, a movement of connection and finding part of that. I got like the origin of what it is, of humans, of humanoids, I don't know, but also the origins of and that's really because we're all searching. Everybody's searching right now, it seems. They're trying to find some kind of connection and having some sort of connection with others and community. And I'm thinking back to our ancestors, who were pagan. The community was there. The connection was there. We had the community. We didn't have to go out searching for it. It was there, you know, as primitive or however we want to think about it, but it was there. And now, even though that we live in glorified cities, but we're not in a community of this glorified city. Like it's not where many don't know their neighbors or the connections with other people in their area, like where I live in West Hillhurst. Well, it's a big area. West Hillhurst probably has 30,000 people living in it, right? Which is the size of Penticton. Penticton is what, 32, 35,000, something like that. So one area of Calgary is the size of what I grew up in. And but the feeling of connection's different because everybody's doing their own thing, kind of, you know. But I find with Aquarius, it's wanting us to come back into the connection, getting to know people in your neighborhood, getting to know people around you. And Pluto is going to be giving us that opportunity as it'll be in Aquarius for 6, 8 months till September. And then in November, go back, or September, go back into Capricorn for its final dismantlement of of its last 15 years, and then bang into Aquarius for the next 20 years. And this is going to be, you know, I just get so different. Like I'm, thinking, 1777, 1788, the signing of the Declaration, um, the convention, in the United States for the Declaration of Independence, and the Civil War in France, people fighting for a new world, a new way of living, right? And that was Pluto in Aquarius. What are we going to be fighting for again? Are we fighting for a new world? Are we fighting for a new way of living? A new connection with people around us, forming new communities, this is what we are stepping forward in. We're stepping forward into to wanting to evolve into something new and enterprising and loving. And that's, going to be part of our journey this year of discovering those parts of ourselves, discovering those connections. And I feel that pagan connection, however, you want to look at it within the pagan community. I mean, and whatever pathogens that you follow, it's coming into a connection and of understanding the feelings in that you have for those gods and those goddesses and energies, and where I feel many are going to get angry because you're following a certain lineage or a certain line, and that's why it's going to be very important sometimes, it's well, all the time, to realize that we're all connected and no one is better than anybody else and nobody's lesser than anybody else. Some people might have a wee bit more information. Cool. But that's about it. You know, um but we're all connected. We're all part of this community of humanity and what that community of humanity looks like for each and every one of us. So, the next few days are going to feel a little bit bumpy and a little bit chaotic. I am still working on people's 2024 readings. So if you're waiting for them, they'll be out. They might be out by Sunday. Just saying, it's taken me a little while to get this all done. If you're still wanting to order one, definitely they're $50. They do take me some time. This year is just taking me a little bit longer than most, and I think that's with a lot of the information that's coming forward for the discovery of a lot that's coming through for people this year, and a lot of the transitions that are going to be coming through for um, many people uh, this year too. So 2024 readings, give me a little bit. You're going to get them eventually, but you'll get them. And if you're still wanting to order, let me know. They're $50. And it's a recorded, and I send it to you. This weekend, Saturday, 6:30 in the evening. If you want to join me, it's $30, and the meditations start on Sunday, and it's $20 for the whole month. So if you want to join for that, and those are all recorded. So, my loves, I just wanted to pop in and just let you all know that things are a little bit crazy this week. Whew, notifications worked. Things are a little bit chaotic this week. People are going to feel a little bit on the odds. Things are just going to feel, when it comes to timelines, a lot of shifting of timelines are coming in and feeling those. So it's really important to, um, what's the word? What's the word? It's, in the shifting of timelines. Okay. Thought I was signing off, but I guess I'm not. On the shifting of timelines, it's, when people say you have to, you can rewrite your past. Rewriting your past doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And that's the whole thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh, well, rewrite your past and it's all gone." No, it still exists. There's still things that are there that have happened in your life, but it's where we want to hold on to the evidence, right? I got evidence that this happened, and I got evidence that this all happened. And that's all. Another thing about Pluto and Aquarius is that you're going to find it's like, all right, that's nice. Well, why are you hanging on to it? What good is that for you right now? How is that helping you to move forward into the shifting of timelines? And the shifting of timelines can be so minute. For instance, it's like when people say, well, if I didn't go to that barbecue, I would never have met my husband today. Or if I didn't If I didn't leave that hour early, luckily I left an hour earlier for work today and I missed, thank God, because otherwise I would have been in that accident that happened, right? Those are a shift of a timeline because it's a thought that you have that you're going to change something. Like, I'm going to go to bed early tonight because I want to be up at 5 o'clock and I want to be rested for the day. I want to be able to get my things done. Right? And so this is where that's shifting the timelines. And that's when people can really feel these things happen. You're going to be feeling them really a lot more because the veil with Pluto on the very outskirts of the universe and in the underworld, you're going to feel that the veil's very thin. So thin things are going to shift very quickly for us as we make those minor little adjustments. And as we make those minor little adjustments, it's about letting go of evidence of saying, well, I can't lose weight because of blah 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 blah. This is look at the evidence. Look at it. I could show you the facts. Well, yeah, you could probably show me the facts. So you're going to take those facts into the future? Or are you wanting to change that? So if you want to change it, the way you have to change it is rewriting it. It's letting them go. It's letting them go and coming into a place of love, coming into a place of acceptance, coming into a place where I am pure consciousness. That I am, that everything, the past, present, future is now, right? And coming into looking at the timelines as not so much linear as horizontal, right? And coming into them as horizontal, like knowing that they're all here now, that when I can envision, because doing vision work is very powerful because you can envision eating a lemon. So I can go, oh, I'm going to go into the kitchen right now and I have this beautiful plump yellow lemon and I'm going to slice that lemon and I'm going to take that lemon, I'm going to quarter it, and then I'm going to take that quarter of that lemon, I'm going to put it, and I'm just going to eat it all up, right? And this is, it's like, oh my God, a lot of people are like, oh my God, I could taste that lemon, my mouth starts to water and things like that. So those visualizations are very powerful. You didn't eat a lemon, but you felt the sensation. That's the same way as if you are changing, when you're rewriting your past and you're saying, yeah, I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm going to let that go. I can envision myself that, yeah, I've been going to the gym. I'm feeling healthy. Yeah, I'm really feeling that strength build up within me. So the next day you're feeling that strength, you're feeling that vibration, right? It's a work. It doesn't, this is a process. This is part of our 2024. For me, this is a part of the healing that I feel it's already started of going through and releasing a lot of that fear that I have right now to the anxiety that is like through the roof. So doing my gratitudes and coming in and letting go of what no longer serves me, right? And that's so so important. Yeah, only 2 more days of the burning ritual. I know. Pretty exciting. So I want you all to have a fabulous fabulous evening. And as I said before, all my stuff is available if you're wanting to order it. And my website is down. I have to call Go Gator sometime this week or next week so that I can get my website back. I know who's hosting it, and I know I just my website couldn't hold the upgrades that were happening. It didn't have enough whatever to hold the upgrades, and it just went, that's just too much on me, maybe. So it just plummeted. So that's fine. Um, it is what it is, and things will move the way it needs to move, and not to get overly upset about it. That's the whole thing. So, sending you guys out such cool vibrations and some great love. And I am going to just sort of relax for a little bit. And I finished off a few more of people's 2024 readings. So they will be coming out tomorrow afternoon, and sending them out your way. So have a blessed one, everybody. And thank you for joining me, and thank you for being a part of my community. And if you're wanting to book a one-on-one, get a hold of me, DM me, or email thegurumama@gmail.com. Have a blessed one, everybody. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.